I wasn't quite sure what to expect going into this movie because M. Night is a very hit and miss director at times, but I have to say I was very pleasantly surprised.
What's happening to us?
My daughter just turned 6 2 weeks ago.
Mom?
Whatever's happening to us is happening very fast.
You have wrinkles. There's something wrong with this beach.
What's happening?
Mom! 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 I'm scared!
Okay, so Old is a new M. Night movie, just came out a few days ago, #1 at the box office, so it makes me very happy that M. Night is still making movies after all the criticism and stuff he's gotten, and he had that string of bad movies that he made there for a while. But it's nice to see him, finally coming back. It's nice to see people still giving him a chance and seeing his movie in the theaters. This movie, really cool concept, right? You got people on the beach, and they start aging rapidly, and they got to figure out what's going on. And not all of them are related. They're people from different walks of life, so you got tension brewing between them. When some people age, some people might be having some different problems while they're aging, so you get that sort of tension going on. And mix that all up together with the fact that they realize, oh my god, if we keep aging, we might die here at the beach. You got that whole ticking clock, like a time bomb situation going on in the movie where it really ramps up the pace and everything. And I think this movie did a great job in keeping me invested. I wasn't at any point locked out or anything or zoned out of the movie. I was very into the movie and I was like, okay, what's the payoff going to be? What's the twist going to be? I mean, it's an M. Night movie. I know there's got to be some twist coming. What's it going to be? And I was in the back of my head, I just kept thinking to myself, I hope whatever it is, I hope it's satisfying. And for me personally, I found it satisfying. So when it comes to this movie, it was marketed a little bit kind of as a horror movie in the trailer and stuff like that. I think if you go into this movie expecting any sort of horror element, you will be disappointed. That's not to say that there's not anything that could be, I guess, deemed horror in this movie. There's certain images and stuff like that I mean, very well could be. But if you go in expecting a Conjuring or some jump scared movie or whatever, you're going to be disappointed. Because I know the way the trailer cut some stuff around, it kind of made it seem like there might be some really scary pop-up sequences and stuff like that. And I want to say, and it's not a spoiler or anything, I just want to say there's not really that in this movie, because I feel like if you go in with that expectation based off some of the stuff that we've seen from the trailer, you will set yourself up for disappointment. Now, I don't really want to talk too much about some of the stuff that happens in the plot, because this is a very easy movie to spoil if I'm not careful. But what you need to know is I feel like the tension and everything was done very well. The acting I thought was really good, and I thought the direction from M. Night was also handled well. I thought there was a lot of cool camera movements and everything, and a lot of cool dynamics done. The makeup department, as characters and stuff age, was done very well. There's kids in this movie, so when they start to age, you have to get different actors to play them at different walks of life. And all the different actors they got to play when the kids started growing up all basically looked just like the kids as well. So it was never jarring. It's not like you saw someone that was 20-some years old, and then when they become older, you see an actor that looks absolutely nothing like they did before, and you're kind of like, whoa, taken out of the movie. So the movie does a great job really keeping you invested the entire time. And I saw that a lot of people weren't really caring for the movie, so I'll say this, because out of everything I just said, you might be asking yourself, well, if everything you say is true, why are there so many bad reviews? I don't think the reviews are coming from everything leading up to the payoff. I think it's whether or not people enjoy the payoff or don't enjoy the payoff. So when it comes to me recommending this movie, I actually recommend everybody go and see this movie. I think it's a really well done movie, and I think you will enjoy the movie up until whenever the payoff point is, because depending on the person you are, you may either like the payoff or not like the payoff, and that payoff is going to dictate whether or not you like this movie. And the unfortunate part about movies like this is it's kind of one of those movies where you're only ever going to be able to watch it once. Sort of like The Sixth Sense. A lot of people, myself included, have seen The Sixth Sense multiple times, but it's never as good as the first time you see it. I mean, it really isn't. And unless you're watching it with someone that hasn't seen the movie before, because then you get to experience their reaction and finding out the big twists with The Sixth Sense and stuff. So with this movie, I definitely recommend everybody give it a watch. It's just really going to come down to whether or not you're going to like what their payoff is at the end. But I personally liked it, and I'm just glad to see M. Night Shyamalan still pushing through, still getting movies out there, and people giving him the budget to make the movies he wants to make, because he's a unique filmmaker. I always support filmmakers making unique stuff, even if their stuff isn't always so good. With all these copy and paste movies we have going on these days, it's nice to see a breath of fresh air like this movie Old. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys all for watching the video, and I hope to see you back in my next one.
We're here for a reason.